Hi everybody, this is M from DIYM, and in case you haven't noticed, today we're going to be doing something with wax seals. I have always wanted to do something with wax seals. I've never actually played with wax seals before. I'm not really into stuff that's dangerous or has fire or anything like that involved vast majority of the time, so I'm actually a little bit worried about doing this project, especially because my husband is at work right now, so I'm by myself, and hopefully he doesn't come back to see that I burned down this place. I really don't want that to be the case. So I'm really hoping that this goes well. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to play and see how everything actually works. As you can see, I have quite a few different types of things here. I'm only doing one type of wax seal method. There's at least, from what I've seen other people do videos with it, but from what I've seen, there's at least 3 different types of methods for doing it. So I'm doing the little wax pellets. I've got a few different, as you can see here, I'll just show you really close up. I got this one from Amazon and this from Aliexpress in a kit. So there's more in here, so hopefully this works out. But yeah, so I have a whole bunch of different pellets, and I also have lots, as you can see, of different types of seals. This is the one that came in the kit. There's a lot of random stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. The unique looking things, some great for any time of year, some for Christmas, so I thought that was really fun. I also did this because I got this at Michael's. This was cheaper from what I saw on Amazon. I also like that the letters were quite plain. I mean, some of them have like a really cool script and stuff, which is really cool if you want that sort of old school look, which I think is also really cool with seals in general. It makes you look important from back in the day, right? But anyways, so we got this. My husband got this for me. Yeah, so this is the kit. This is part of the kit. This also came in the kit. It's kind of like a little oven for your tea light. And then this also came in there. So I think you're supposed to use this to put the wax onto, but I'm going to use this guy. I got this from Amazon. It looks like it keeps things a little more contained in it, so I want to see if that works out. I might try a few different methods in this video. It comes with this so you can heat up stuff as you go. I should get some paper towel too, just because I know that you have to wipe things down in case you're changing out different colors and things like that. But this also came in the kit, this little handle for a lot of the pieces and stuff here. This also came in the kit, so this is just a little set of tweezers, so things are easier to pick up these little guys so your hands don't get burned easily, but also you can probably pick up the wax seal when it's done. This also came in the kit. I mean, I have a few metallic markers already, but I want to see if this works out okay. If not, that's okay too. I can try different methods. There's so many different methods that you can use just to make the embossed piece show up a little bit more. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that came in the kit. And then I just got a few other random stuff on the side. I thought this would be good for almost any time of year, like birthdays and Christmas and any kind of gift giving holiday, depending on the colors. So you could always use double-sided tape or glue dots if you want to make these into stickers, which is actually what I'm planning on doing with this. I'm not going to do the method of putting it directly on an envelope. It does look cool, but yeah, I like having sticker seals for my envelopes in general to just pop things on. Also, it's kind of nice because you can always make stickers to give to people this way as well, which I think is really cool. So I got a whole bunch of these guys. But yeah, so there's at least 3 different types of methods for doing this stuff. So the tea light method is what I'm doing. You can also do the glue gun method because there's specifically things of wax you can get, and you can even use a glue gun glue in general. I heard that the crystal clear glue is really good if you want to get a really good clear looking wax seal. So you can do the glue gun method, or you can do, it's like a candle. I'll see if I can try to find a picture of what I'm talking about and link that above. But yeah, there's like a candle method that you can do as well. So I have here a lighter and a stack of tea lights. Hopefully I don't go through the whole stack, but I've got a bunch of tea lights here that I've had lying around. Probably going to use that for this method. I also have a bunch of extras of these, which actually might be really good if you're doing like a whole bunch and waiting for stuff to dry. I just have a whole bunch of these handles that I can just screw on to things. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a few and see how things go. I'm a little nervous about it because I've never done this before, as I said, so we will see how this works. First things first, I'm going to put aside a lot of this stuff. So I might do some stuff because Christmas is coming up. So I might do some cool Christmas related ones. So I kind of wanted to do this deer one. I thought that was kind of neat. Screw this guy on. So it's always good to have this sort of thing ready to go. I'm gonna get a few different things here. I might also show you a few different themes, like if you're doing Halloween or something like that. So yeah, this looks really cool. I like this. gift one. I think I'm even gonna open this up. I'll do an E for DIYM for my name, Emily. But yeah, you can do pretty much any seal for anybody in your life. I might even do an M for my husband. That. So funny that the E is right front and center here so I can see it exactly. So I love that this whole kit comes with all the letters. I'll just put that aside for now. Okay, so we can do a cool initial one. I'm excited about that one. I'm gonna put this aside too for now. I'll put aside a whole bunch of these. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna light it. I'm really scared because I don't normally do this. Oh. Is this even gonna work? My husband normally uses this thing. There's lighter fluid in this. I'm gonna double check and see how this thing's supposed to light because I'm not used to any of this sort of thing. But yeah, my husband uses this thing all the time, so I'm just gonna check back in a second. Okay, I figured out how to use this. So I have to do this child-proofing thing like this. And there we go. Okay, so that's lit. Perfect. And then I just put this oven over top and spoon on here. Before I put my spoon on here, I'm gonna pick out something. Maybe a blue because we're doing Christmas. Maybe this mint color. I was told you have to do at least 3 or 4. I'm gonna do 4 to start wax pellets. And yeah, you can always pick it up with this guy. It might make it a little easier to pick things up. There's that. Oh, it's a little hot. It's a hot day today too. I was hoping to do this on a cozier day, but anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that on there and let it melt. I'm just gonna get some toothpicks so I can mix it around. And this is always good if you're doing marbling effects, which I don't know if I'm really gonna do. Look, it's melting quite a bit. Smells interesting. Okay, so you don't want any bubbles to appear when you pour things, as far as I know. So I'm gonna pour in here. I'm gonna use this one and just sort of let it do its thing. I'm just gonna leave this open because I don't want to keep opening this up here and there. Ooh. Ah! That one just shot out. A lot of smoke happening here. 3 on there and see what happens. This is like a nice thing you can do just to relax and have a nice craft session. You can do this if you're sending cards to people if you want. It feels like it's all pretty much melted at this stage. Careful not to touch this metal part because it can be really, really hot, guys. I'm gonna do the present one. Oh, I don't think that one's gonna work out. If they don't work out too, you can always redo them. I'm gonna do 4. 3 did not feel like enough, to be honest, with that one over there because there wasn't a lot left there. It really smells like fire though, so if you like the smell of fire, then it's quite cozy, but if you don't love the smell of fire, you might not enjoy this craft. I like the idea of it. I think I might like the glue gun method a little bit more because I think there's less risk of bubbling. If the wax is too hot, it will bubble. I wonder if spraying it first with rubbing alcohol would work because that often works with soap and those kind of methods. So I'm just gonna sit this right down here because this is supposed to be good for hot things. To know something's ready, apparently, you have to... Oh, there we go. That looks pretty good. This is the first one I did. Doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to be, but I'm gonna try doing it again. I kind of like it okay, this one, but I'm gonna try it again with a different method. Maybe just try to pour it in the center here. I'm gonna be done this wax in no time. Woo! Oh, so this kind of burns this. This is not good to set it on there. Okay, well, I'm not gonna be doing that in the future. It's good to know though. Be careful. This is a dangerous crafting method. Can be enjoyable if you're safe. But yeah, this is a pretty good first try, I think, though. Yeah, I think I just got ashes probably on the bottom because this is so close to the fire. Probably got ashes on the bottom and then it just transferred. I'll see if I can clean that up. See if I can get it more centered. I don't really love how it kind of skewed over to that side. We'll see if that works at all. But yeah, I think if you just tap things, you'll see if it's ready to go. I think this is still going. Still not quite ready yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe this down with like a paper towel. I'm gonna try a different color and then I might try a few different other seals. So I'm supposed to heat this up a little bit and then be very careful because this is very hot, as I said, and just wipe. So it's nice and clean, and then you can switch over to the next thing. Like, there's so much ash on the bottom. Oh my goodness. I never see other people talking about this, how much ash is on the bottom there. Okay. Anyways, there's that. So let's just try the Amazon brand. And I'm gonna try more of a Halloween-y vibe, because that's always fun. Oh, my air purifier is going off like crazy because of the fire in here, the small fire, and it's far away from me too. That's quite interesting actually. So I'm gonna do, there's a Jack Skellington seal that I got. At least that's what it looks like. It looks like a Jack Skellington kind of head. Sorry about all the squeaky chairs and crinkling and all that stuff, guys. Not ideal. Okay, so I have 2 more of these handles off to the side here. I've got quite a few to work with. I mean, I could do red, but let's just do orange because this is very much a Halloween color. So we'll do 4 of these. I'm gonna try not to drop any of these guys in. The nice thing about this matte thing is you can make a whole bunch of these and store them. You can make a bunch for Christmas, and if you're doing Christmas cards, it's almost like you're a little factory, but hopefully you're doing it in a way that it's relaxing. Oh, this guy's coming up. Okay, I'm assuming it's fine now. Okay, this one didn't work out all that well. That's okay. We can always chop that up and then just use that again. See how this one turned out. Okay, this one turned out okay. This is the E. Looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna bring that up. That looks nice, right guys? Put this aside. DIYM. But yeah, I really like that one too. I mean, it has kind of a weird sort of thing happening on the side here, and if you really don't like that, you can always just chop this up and remelt it again. But yeah, I like the organic look of something like that, to be honest. That one I think is going to turn out. I think that one's going to turn out really cool. I'm just going to sit this down for just a second. I'm going to put some more of this orange stuff in here. But yeah, I'm going to do the poison symbol. There's also a spider web one. Poison symbol might be kind of neat though, because I have a lot of toxic things in my art room. So it might be kind of cool to stick a seal on something that's toxic. I want to do stuff for every occasion, to be honest. I'm very excited. These actually look like they're bigger. I'm just going to put 3 in here and see what happens. You know what? I'm going to do 4. What the heck? Why not? How's this going? It may not come off as easily because I think it wrapped around the seal a bit. It's still kind of neat. I like this one a lot better, to be honest. That's okay. We can move back to whatever, but right now we've moved on to doing some Halloween-y stuff. And again, you can always do really cool marbling effects. I love marble stuff in general. The thing I don't love about it is sometimes the image is almost hard to read or see. Oops. I'm gonna make sure that it's not pouring over the candle or something. But yeah, it's hard to read stuff like that, I find. Even when you put the gold or something over top. Okay, let's try the spider web guy. Oh, I'm so shaky right now. Ooh. Ooh, I think the orange is gonna look really cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is such a fun thing now that I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I've literally wanted to do this for so long. We used to sell at my art store. I don't know if we still do because I haven't really been to the art store in a long time, but we used to sell the candle version of this. But for some reason, I like this little thing. It's a little easier to pour it because I feel like the candle sort of drips quite a bit and it could be very sporadic. I feel like this is nice to get a nice even pour to do this method. But yeah, I think these 2, I'm going to just remelt them. These 2, I kind of like these. The E turned out really well. Just want to make sure it's liquidy enough. But yeah, just doing this with a toothpick. I've seen people use metal picks and things. I think a toothpick is perfectly fine. Ooh, that's a lot of smoke that just came up here. And you can take breaks too. You don't have to do a whole bunch of these at once if you don't want to. There we go. Just let that set. Feels like it's still stuck on there, so I'm just gonna let it go. Another thing I think you can do is you can pour out the rest of this stuff and make a pellet. And then you can just let it dry and then reuse it if you don't want to completely waste your wax when you're wiping things out. Then you can wipe. Make sure that before you start this, that this is twisted on if it's kind of a cheaper version. So I think I'm going to chop this stuff up. Shooting across the room. That should be good enough. I'm gonna try the present one again. I'm gonna do it with this deer one. I feel like these guys should be done by now. Oh, cool! Check that out. That is cool. Oh, that looks great too. This one still feels warm, so I'm just gonna leave it alone for now. Wow, this is so cool. This looks great. Oh, that's awesome too. Check that out. For your poison projects. I'll just put this back in here just so I can remelt that. I wanted to do this present. Get some bubbles out of here. My fan is going crazy right now. The air purifier. Oh, it doesn't look like it's gone to a very good area. starting to get yellowy, I think. Maybe some of the orange rubbed off in here. But I might take a little break after this just because it feels like everything's really warm right now. This might be nice to do on a really cold day. Doing this in October, but it's unseasonably warm right now. So that's probably why I'm enjoying the Halloween kind of crafts. Wipe this out a bit. Okay guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and I'll show you all the stuff I made when I come back. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I went a little bit a little crazy, a little happy with the wax seals. And this isn't actually all of them. I made a whole bunch of initials for people in my life and just stuck them in there. So I actually made a ton of these. I don't even know how many I made actually. As you guys saw in the video, when I was just starting out, I kind of went from this light blue, almost like icy color, transitioned to this orange, and then I went back to the blue, which was kind of probably one of the worst things that I could have done. I'm probably going to go over it with the gold. It might not look so bad, but it's not ideal. If you kind of don't mind a marbly look, that's one thing. Orange and blue are kind of complementary colors, but I feel like this, it just shows up a little too much as almost dirty or like it burned or something. I don't think I ever actually burned any of my wax seals. So the nice thing was I tried to keep stirring stuff in the spoon as much as I could and tried to keep an eye on it. But sometimes when things are too hot, which you want it to be a little bit hot, because if it's not too hot, it almost gets string, almost like hot glue strings. So you don't really want it to be stringy and not hot enough. So the reason why it wasn't hot enough, I think, was because I think my candle was too low. See how the wick's a little low? And I was using the same candle for a long time. But yeah, I was doing this kind of on and off all day yesterday, and then I just did a little bit this morning. So you can make a ton of this stuff once you get the hang of it, and it's pretty fun. But again, kind of dangerous. I did burn myself at one point slightly, just on the handle here. It got a little hot, so I kind of burned myself just slightly, but you can't even see it. I pulled away really quickly, and I didn't get much of a burn. I thought it was going to blister, and it didn't. I just ran it under some warm room temperature water, not cold, because I think that blisters a lot more as far as I know. But anyways, so because things did get kind of hot, I think the worst that I dealt with was bubbles. And you can sort of see the bubbles and stuff like that here. It's probably the worst on my initial ones that I did. I wanted to experiment, but I was kind of afraid to at the same time because it's such a quick process that you have to do this under. But I wanted to sort of experiment with spraying things with rubbing alcohol to get the bubbles out of there, because that normally works for soap. I'm not really sure if it works for wax, but so the bubbles was kind of probably the worst of it. I did see somebody talking about, and I'm a little afraid of fire, so I didn't do this, but if you take the lighter to the edge where the bubbles normally form really quickly, just do a light little thing of fire really quickly. Apparently that's supposed to do something to make the bubble disappear. But yeah, I didn't try doing that or anything like that. But yeah, if for some reason you don't have as many, because I have a whole bunch of these. So I had about 6 handles, so I could change things out really quickly if I wanted to and do something with that. But if you don't have that, say you just have like one handle that you're working with and you're just trying to do the same design over and over and over again too, you might want to have some ice or cold water close by, because if this is warm and you're stamping, it can kind of ruin your image overall. But again, I had no problem with that because a lot of these things had lots of time to cool in between things. I did do a lot of the gifts. There's quite a few different colors of the gifts that I did, because I feel like that's kind of good for birthdays and Christmas and that sort of thing too, right? It's a very neutral one, which is really cool. But yeah, there's tons of tutorials on wax seals. Obviously, if you want to mix colors, I didn't do that, but you can easily do that sort of thing. There's really cool methods where you can just take the image, say it's not too detailed, cut it out, then you can put it back into the stamp and then do a different color for the background. So there's like a few different methods on that I've seen. I didn't want to do that personally. I mean, I have a lot of detailed images. I think it takes up too much time, and then you could just easily go over it with silver or gold markers, like a paint marker or a permanent marker. Like this one's a Sharpie here. This one's Office Works. I don't know if that company still exists. This one just came with the kit, so it's like a metallic marker just for coloring and stuff. Anyways, I just want to tell you guys about what could potentially happen with the wax seals if you run into some problems. There are problems that you can run into with it. And again, this is my first time doing this. I'm by no means an expert or pro at this, but as a beginner, I did find it was a pretty straightforward hobby to pick up, and you kind of learn quickly as you go, or at least I did. But yeah, I found this honestly really fun to do. I found it a really enjoyable, cozy craft once I got into it. I sort of did some coloring with this for the initial ones, but I haven't used this yet. There's some cool designs in here that that I ended up playing with too. So you guys saw this already. You saw obviously the deer and the E. I was doing this because I felt like this was a good Christmas design as well. So this is a snow globe. I didn't really love the bubble here, but anyways, and this didn't give me too much of a round part of the seal. I don't even know what you call it, the frame of the seal, but it still looks good, I think, anyways. But it's a little Christmas tree in a snow globe, which I thought was so cute for Christmas time. There's that. I did this for the summer. I think this is really, really cute for the summertime. Just little shells. I think they're really pretty on their own, to be honest. This is a really neat design on its own, so I can color that or I don't have to. This, I did them in a couple different colors, so you may or may not see it. This to me looks like there's a little person right here, and this looks kind of like a whale in the sky, which actually reminds me of a graphic design project that I ended up doing for an online graphic design course. We had to do some digital art, play with filters in Photoshop. We did some cool images that already existed and just tried to match it with background. So I did a whale in space. I worked on it for a long time and made it look very painterly in a sense and kind of surreal, but I tried to match everything up and it looked really good. The teacher loved it so much that he ended up using it as an example. So I'm a little proud of that one. But yeah, so I love whales too. Whales are really cool. Oh, so there's another one of those trees. So cute. Did a couple of these guys, which is just like a steampunk watch or clock or something. It's got ears. I did a little castle and a Ferris wheel, so it kind of looks like Disneyland or something. And then this one, these guys here, came in the kit. A lot of these ones that are random came in the kit, so I thought that they were kind of fun. This one might be fun for Easter, so it's a little bunny on a moon, and then it's got some little embellishments and some sparkles around the frame. I think that these ones are really cute too. So I'm just going to go over things with marker. Then I'm going to just take some of these sticker things and just put those on the back. So I'm just going to do the kit marker first. I'm just going to work with gifts. It's pretty straightforward and easy to use. And you just go over things very, very lightly, and it normally shows up. You can go over it a couple times if you don't love it, but I'm just going over the embossed part. I'm going to try to avoid the edge, but you can always paint the edge too if you want to. It's really up to you. I don't know if you want to try to paint the background, but this is so much easier to just paint the embossed part. It might be harder to get really in the crevices of things. And honestly, this looks really good on a darker color, right? I think this looks really pretty, especially because the purple and gold. Purple and yellow are complementary colors, so really, really pretty. So it's so simple to go over top of a lot of the letters. It's very much embossed, this particular kit that I got from Michael's. I think this is really cool because then it's always nice to have an initial, because people love personalized gifts, I find, especially like initial stuff. I think this is kind of cool just to have this in your stash to just put on an envelope, especially for people in your life, specifically family, friends, whoever you like to give little cards to. So I wanted to see if this looked better if I went over it in gold. It might be a little harder to do because it's a little more detailed. You can even do the background like the grass or something, but I just kind of wanted the deer to stand out. So yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. It doesn't look fully the best. Okay, let's see it on the actual pretty blue here. Yeah, it looks a lot cleaner on here for sure, because there's no marbling happening with two different colors. So I would say I didn't clean it well enough. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't clean it well enough. So what I would suggest in the future is try to sort of stay in the same color family. Or so I did from pink to purple to blue to green. I was wiping things in between when I was changing the colors. Basically go from light to dark and try not to go back if you can, because that's what happened I think for when I was mixing by accident. Going back, it doesn't look as good. So there's that. I'm gonna try some of these other markers. Let's see if things look good with this gold. Well, this is kind of a lot lighter, to be honest. So yeah, if you're using a thicker tip, still just try to be gentle with it and just go lightly over top of it. It's a bit of a different gold. But yeah, anyways, I think that kind of looks cool. I think this one's a little more brassy in tone. But yeah, I'm just gonna move some of these guys out of the way. I know that they look pretty here, but I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna try these silver markers. So I'm gonna try Sharpie on Jack Skellington. Or I'm gonna call it Jack Skellington. It looks like Jack Skellington, but I don't think that's what it was called. I'm just gonna do it on the raised bits as usual. I think the orange and the silver look cool. It looks kind of spookier probably than the gold would. Cool. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm gonna try this silver on this skull and see what better silver is. Oh, those silvers are pretty nice, I think. This one might be a little smoother, actually, not as streaky. Oh, it streaks a little bit, but you can probably go over things if you want to as well to make things look a little less streaky. So that would be neat on a bottle or jar. Kind of like my potion bottle DIY that I did years ago. You can always stick it on the label and that would be really cool. Poison seal. Alright, so I'm gonna try this. Ooh, this is gonna look so cool, I think. It's hard to see because there's quite the shine from the silver. got a little bit outside of this because it's a very delicate design, but it still looks okay because it's just a little cobweb, so it looks spookier. All right, well, I'm gonna do a bunch more of these, but yeah, that's basically all the different markers that I have, but you can try others. I mean, I think I have a white paint marker, kind of like an opaque one. You could probably do that too, but I kind of want to do more metallic tones if you have almost like cool pigments, as long as the pigments aren't toxic, because sometimes that can go into your skin. But if the pigments are almost like makeup quality, you can always put that over top with your finger, or even just take like an eyeshadow sponge and you can just dust that over top of some of these kind of things. So there's so many different methods on how you can color this stuff too, but those are kind of the fun tips that I've learned while I was kind of researching this and watching people do this sort of stuff. Anyways, I'm going to do the rest, let some of these dry, and then when I come back I will do the sticker backings. Okay, so as you can see, I sort of clustered things together. I colored most things in except for maybe the shells. Shells would be nice, I think, with a nice almost like iridescent dusting of something, but I don't have anything like that. If you have some sort of makeup or something, that might actually kind of look nice on there. I don't know if it would rub off though, that's the only thing. I never really tested that out, but I did a lot of this stuff with the gold marker that came with the kit, obviously, except for the silver Halloween-y ones here. Yeah, I think they look really cool. Some of the details showed up, some of it didn't. So you can sort of see the whale shape, and it looks like a little human or something down there. I don't know if it's supposed to be looking up at the stars. It looks almost like a magical whale is transforming into something. It's just really cool. Some of these are really interesting images, and I kind of like that. If I can find it, I'll try to link the kit that I found below. There's going to be all sorts of different types of kits though. I'll see if I can find it on Aliexpress. This is really cool too, right? The claw, steampunky kind of thing. This one was kind of hard to color, but I think it was really cool. The snow globe. You can see the presents really well, which I kind of love, but I'll bring some of these deer a little closer. This one here accentuated the circle that was around the image, but it didn't do that for all of them. But yeah, you can really play around with this stuff. It's really a lot of fun. But yeah, these are going to be good for, say, Christmas cards, especially if you're giving them in person. I'm not sure how well this will survive the mail, so that's kind of a tough call there, I guess. It depends on if you maybe have a package and you put like a card inside a package. That might actually work okay. Just sending it as just a regular card through the mail may not work as well. I'm not sure. It depends on how the postal system works. It might be better if you actually melt things on the envelope and then stamp it, because then it might be really sealed on. I'm not sure how well the stickers will work though, but anyways. So what I'm going to do now is I wanted to do the sticker backing. I'm going to show you just a couple little packaging methods. You can always do some different ones if you want to. I stickered most of these guys here, so I just left the ones that I feel I made a lot of and the most useful ones. So basically you get a sheet like this. I've got a whole package from Amazon. There's 400 pieces, so you can do 400 of these if you start really making this stuff. I think they're really cool, and if you wanted to, you could probably even use this for backings, just to make like a sticker or something. Like say you've got like a round embellishment and you forgot to make it into a sticker or something like that, you can always just stick this on the back of just a regular paper embellishment. But so I'm just trying to peel off the actual sticky part right off it. Sometimes this part comes off and then the sticky part's left behind here. I'm basically trying to consciously peel that off. Just flip this around. Sometimes certain colors, I'm going to show you guys, certain colors are a little bit more pearlized than others. My camera will focus. Some of them came out really neat looking. See that kind of cool pearl? It was really neat watching a lot of them turn pearly or sparkly when I was melting stuff. I loved watching this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna take the purple one actually. The purple one's really pretty, I think. I love the purple and the gold here. See that? Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful, eh? I'm gonna have to cover that up, unfortunately, with a sticker, but it's very unfortunate. So yeah, so just stick it on. And then say you gift this to a recipient or you just use them yourself. All you gotta do is just peel that off and then things are stuck on. So that's cool. So you can give this sort of thing in a little bag, depends on how big you want, how many you want to give. Get a little flat bag like this and just stick them in there if you wanted to. Another cool thing you could do is remember I did bookmark backings and I'd use this long bag, so you could always take a bunch of these and gift a whole bunch of different colors here. But you could put these on the bookmark itself. When you have a backing on them, you can always stick them down with a glue dot, or you could take the thing off and just stick it on that way, but I kind of want to keep the glue nice, so I would rather just put like a easily removable glue dot down and just sort of stick them on the backing like that. That's just an idea for you guys, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys just the different packaging. So you could just put them loose in here with the backings, or you can do a smaller bag if you just have a few that you want to gift to somebody with different colors. You can even mix and match stuff. I just kind of did this for storage purposes, really. I also put a whole bunch of my wax seals that I made in this little jar. But yeah, I did this. I already wrapped this. This is already in the long holographic plastic bag on a bookmark backing that's been laminated. That's in my lamination video in case you guys want to check that out. So I had a bunch of extras, which is really great. I just cut these glue dots in half, these kind of glue dots. You can get small glue dots too if you wanted to, all sorts of different kinds. So this is the actual size. It's like 1/2 inch or 13 millimeters. I just took that and I just tried to cut it in half. The scissors, I just stuck them down onto the backing. I lined everything up the way I wanted to, stuck it on the backing, and then I pressed it down. The gold was all dry already. Anyways, I think that they look really, really cute. Perfect to gift to somebody or to store. If you want to gift to somebody, if you want to go the extra mile, you don't have to do this by any means, but you could always put a little bag topper on these guys. I showed you my digital ones, but you can easily just take some paper that's a cool color, just fold it and staple it on. So I just wanted to show you that. But yeah, that's pretty much that. But yeah, I think a lot of these turned out really, really cool. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments down below. Is there anything that you would have loved I tried to explain it better? Maybe there's something I missed. Maybe there's a problem that you had. Maybe you've used this stuff before and you ran into an issue that I didn't. Let us know down below. I always like learning from you guys too, so let me know what you guys think down below. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys the process of that and tried to explain as best as I could what I ran into, the things I learned online that other people were running into. There's some stuff I could probably experiment with, but yeah, let me know down below if you've tried this out and if you have any questions, and I'll try to do the best I can to answer them if I can. I try to research something if I understand what the question is about. Okay, so if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe and share the video to anybody that you think would like this kind of content. But yeah, I honestly really enjoyed this. I thought I was going to, and I proved myself right. I thought it was a lot of fun. Again, a little dangerous because I burned myself a little bit, but just be careful the best you can and just try not to burn your place down. That's all I can say. I don't want any accidents to happen just because you guys decided to do this. If for some reason you're really afraid of fire like I am, you might want to try the glue gun method, but if you want to change out colors and stuff like that, it might be kind of hard to change the colors. I've heard that somebody has a glue gun for every single different color. Seems like a bit much, but you can get stuff like that at the dollar store if you really, really get into this sort of thing. And it's a lower temperature to work with. I mean, you can still burn yourself on glue guns, but hopefully it won't be as bad as a burn as this metal. This metal can get really, really hot, or even the candle itself. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys like this video though, and maybe it helps you kind of get into a new hobby, or maybe it gives you the confidence to try something new as well. I personally like trying something new. It's just nice to learn something new all the time. Anyways, take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye!